Today we're talking about the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Matte Bouncy Blushes. I'm going to show you swatches, demos, plus an 8-hour wear test. Starting with Happy, I'm just going to jump straight into the applications. I've already done the swatches, so I know they are pigmented. I'm going to tap it here on the inside of my wrist before going in. By the way, it doesn't have a mirror because I was wanting to use it as a mirror and it does not have one. No big deal. Okay, so I'm gonna go straight into the pan again a few more times. Okay, yes, now I can see the color. I am excited about this formula because it's a cream to powder. So you know how sometimes when cream formulas are not the best formulas, they tend to kind of fade quickly. And if you want longevity, powder will give you longevity, but sometimes it looks dry. I am hoping that this cream to powder formula kind of gives us the best of both worlds. A really natural look that comes from the cream part of it, but also the longevity that would come from the powder part of it. Oh, that looks beautiful. That is really nice. It's just effortless, cool pink tone. Yeah, made in Korea, 12 months shelf life. I want to press it and see because it does say that it has a putty-like texture. And yes, it does. It has a cushiony feel to it. Is the indent gonna stay or is it going to, yeah, the indent stays. That's what I thought. So it's supposed to be this putty-like texture that blends like a cream and blurs like a powder. And yeah, I can see immediately how it shears out and it gives us this blurred, soft focus effect. I'm going to apply a little bit more. I want to see if it builds effortlessly, if it keeps blending out effortlessly, and it really does. And yes, it feels completely smooth. There's no tackiness whatsoever. It feels like just a powder finish. Next up is Hope on a Sephora Collection Foundation Brush, number 47. That's how much you get on the brush just from tapping a few times. This is a nude mauve, so it's going to be pretty flattering on everybody. So far, pigmentation levels seem to be consistent across colors. You can go straight from the pan to your cheek without having to tap it out anywhere else. Very easy application. So this formula says that it won't settle, it won't emphasize texture, and that it blurs like a powder. I don't think it's blurring. It is not emphasizing any texture, any pores. We'll see, but so far, first impression, it doesn't seem to give you that blur. I'm gonna build it up. This release is really similar to the Patrick Ta blushes in that 2 of the shades are really wearable and the other 2 are more like statement blushes or for deeper skin tones. They suggest to either use a brush or your fingers to apply. So it's super convenient that very easily you could apply it with your fingers. Know that you will get a more concentrated color payoff if you use your fingers, but it's still very easy to blend out. What is doing really well is giving me that soft cloud-like flush of color. All right, moving on to the red. This one is called Grateful. I'm picking this much up on the brush. Tap it out or straight on the cheek. I'm just gonna go straight. I'm gonna go straight to the cheek because this formula, I'm not too concerned. It goes on very diffused from the get-go. So even though this is a red and it looks pigmented on the finger, it goes, you can get it to go on softly and build it from there. So far, this formula seems to be extremely beginner friendly, which is great. Oh, let me use the finger now. No, I'm not gonna swipe it again. I still have some on my fingertip there. So remember, you will get a more concentrated color if you use your fingers, but I still can manage to blend it out. Oh, look at that. So pretty foolproof. That was super easy. I just removed Grateful, the soft red one. I am wearing the Your Forever Hydra Foundation in the shade 2.5N, and I am not setting it with powder. Next up is the shade called Truth. This is a soft plum, and I'm going to use a Sephora 98 brush. I am loving how easy, how effortless the application is. Going straight in the pan, loading the brush. Well, not loading it, but I am tapping it on the pan several times. And you see how I'm able to build up the pigment very gradually. Looks like there's zero risk of this looking patchy. Look at that. Wow. So seamless. I'm really impressed with the ease of use, and the colors are very pretty as well. Wow. Look at that. Okay, fingers. Let's see. Clean fingers. Okay, so you see I added too much there, but it seems like we can just keep tapping and it blends out nicely. Look at that. Another thing that I'm really liking about this formula is the finish. You're not getting a flat matte, dry looking finish. Looks very natural. The type of glow is very much like the radiance that your skin has naturally. I think this blush is a winner. Now I have Truth, the soft plum shade, on both cheeks. Let's talk about skin types. I am a normal to dry skin type. This does not feel drying on me. I'm not concerned that I'm gonna need extra hydration during the day, but if you have dry skin, do make sure to prep your skin accordingly. Put on moisturizer, put on your SPF, and see how it goes. Maybe you'll need a hydrating setting spray. Trial and error. If you have oily skin and you're worried about the shine, try applying a light dusting of setting powder over the blush. That's gonna help mattify the finish and keep it in place all day. And for those of us with mature skin, textured skin, I am not noticing any emphasis of my pores, of fine lines. My lips are dry. I do want to see how it wears throughout the day. So I'll be doing a full day wear test tomorrow. I have an outdoor thing I have to go to. So I'm going to be outdoors in the Florida heat for most of the morning. That'll definitely put this blush through its paces. So let's move on to the check-ins and see how it wore. It's 8:39 a.m. starting the wear test now. From what I can see on the phone, the blush is still there, but I don't know if it has faded some. It's been 8 hours since I first applied the blush. Let's go take a look at the check-ins side by side and see if we can spot any differences. It's been 12 hours since I've been wearing this blush. I'm almost done editing the video, but what's missing is for us to take a look at the check-ins and see how the blush wore. On the left is a shot of it right after I applied it in the car, then 4 hours later, and then all the way to the right 8 hours later. I was rushing out the door, so I had to do my makeup in the car. And guess what? I forgot my foundation. So all I have on my skin is moisturizer, SPF, blush, and mascara. And the Lisa Eldridge Liquid Silk in Fabi. But I forgot my foundation. So we can see my melasma, we can see my spots. Hold on, I need to restart this. This just went by too fast. Let's focus on the pigment. I'm wearing the shade Hope. And let me pause here for a second. That's my right cheek. I am seeing that when it was just applied, my cheek looks a bit rosy. But as the day progresses, I don't know if it's just the lighting that is making, because if you look at my whole half of the face, it looks a little bit rosier overall compared to the other shots. So it is very possible that it didn't fade. Let's actually look at it now. This is 13 hours later. And the blush is still there. You can see that I have color on my cheeks. If there's been any fading, it has been minimal to the point that I can't really tell whether there's been fading. So that's really impressive that it lasted all day. You can see that my shine is already coming through, but it's not breaking up the blush or anything. I am gonna keep testing this blush out. So far, 13 hours. It has done amazing. I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this release? What do you think about the shades? I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh no, I just realized that I forgot to put in the swatches, all the footage of the swatches, so I'm putting it right here. And also after this, I'll show you guys the cheek swatches. Sorry for just kind of dumping them here, but I'm delirious. I gotta go to bed. Bye.